Hey, good people, it's Nick again, and I'm back with another video. Today in this video, I'm going to talk about the mistakes I made when starting my business online. For those of you watching, you're new to coming online, I know how it's easy to adapt to your favorite top income earners when you see them and you look at them and it seems like they got it all going for themselves. You know what I mean? And they tell you, they say, hey, come on, get started. What you waiting on? It's easy to make money online. It's simple. Just jump right into it. And they'll tell you that and they'll just jump right into promoting their product or their service or whatever the course is that they're trying to sell. But I feel like they miss small little important things like the mistakes that they made in the beginning. I don't feel like they stress it enough. So in this video, I decided to talk about it in hopes that it can be like a learning curve for someone like you if you happen to run across these things. The first thing I struggled with, or the mistake that I made, was that I was hesitant. I was constantly hesitant. I was constantly stalling, and I didn't know where to start or where to begin. Basically, I didn't even know what to do. And with this, I always came up with excuses like, well, I'm too tired. I just got off work. I've been at work all day, and so I don't have the energy to put into that. Now, if anybody who works two jobs, you know that it can take a toll on your body when especially when you're working a high demanding job or a job that's just physically demanding all day. It can be a lot. And so when you get off work, you don't feel like really doing anything. Because first of all, while you're at work, if you're not used to it, you're going to be talking about you're tired all day. And I know for me, I mean, I got adapted to it. But once I hit the clock, it's like everything hit me all at once. My feet was hurting, my legs were tired. I was sore, you know what I'm saying? I was sleepy, a lot of things. And why that can be true for a lot of people, I think it's more so like a mental play. Like a lot of it has to do with your mentality, how you think. Cause for me, I know that sometimes people will ask me, "How you doing?" I'd be like, "Well, I'm good. I'm just a little tired." But by me saying tired, I don't realize that if I tell myself that enough, my body is going to react to whatever my brain is telling it to. So if I'm thinking that I'm tired, then my body is going to do respond to that way. So next thing you know, I'm walking around here, I'm yawning, I'm slouched over, I'm dragging, all because I said that I was tired. Instead of just saying, oh, when I get off, I was productive today. I was very busy, but I still feel like I got enough energy in me to take home to do my business. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just saying all the time that you're tired or whatever, you want to just counteract that with something positive to give you a boost, you know? So that was one of the mistakes that I made in the beginning, and hopefully, by you doing this, by just being positive and telling yourself that you're going to be more productive, it'll help you when you get off work. Because one thing you have to understand is online marketing and working a full-time job or two jobs is two different playing fields. You know what I'm saying? So one is very demanding physically and mentally, and the other one is more so mentally demanding. Like, you got to be present and focused for your business when you're building a business online. So yeah, you have to do a little physical work. I mean, as far as maybe on your laptop or whatever, because you're going to need to type or whatever. But it's important to know that they are two different things, and you have to have a completely different mindset when you come from work to actually work on your business. Another thing that I struggled with, or a mistake that I had in the beginning that I made, was that I always wanted to start out on a specific date. Like, the timing was never right for me. Like, say for instance, like the New Year's rolling around. January 1st, I want to start fresh. I want to start new. That's when I'm going to do everything. And for me, this was an issue because every time the date approached for me to work on it, guess what I would do? I would push the date back and I would end up starting later. And I was wasting time. I didn't want to start in the middle of the month because it would throw me off and I would just feel like I was unorganized. That is not the time. If you're doing this is not the time to have OCD. And trust me, I got a little bit of it because I will check a locked door like from 5 to 6 times straight. So this is not the time to have OCD. You need to focus on the now. There's no greater time than now, right now, because if you keep halting and changing dates, you're never going to end up getting started. You're going to be wasting time instead of trying to make sure you start on time. So please make sure that you just focus on the now and do it right now. Just don't worry about tomorrow, because you don't even know if you're going to be here tomorrow. So you let the future and tomorrow worry about itself, and you just be present in today. Another mistake I made in the beginning was I kept being uncertain. I struggled with uncertainty. I didn't know if I had enough within myself to build a business or a brand online. I didn't have enough confidence, and I felt like, I wasn't going to be able to, you know, basically live up and be like everybody else. You know how it says when you go on the top income earner page, or you go on somebody's page and they say warning, or they give you like a disclaimer. They say results are not typical, with this type of work, or with you doing this type of work. You can only see these type of results if you actually apply them. And why I knew this, why I had knowledge of this, my issue was that I didn't take that into account. Like, it wasn't a factor. It didn't matter to me, because I wanted to be so much like them. I wanted to do what they was doing. I wanted to act like they was acting, and I wanted to achieve what they was achieving, not knowing that the whole time I could achieve this and had all this had I just would have just been myself. So that was one of the things, or the mistakes that I made in the beginning, because I wanted to be like them. Instead of being myself, I was uncertain about a lot of things. So just be yourself, because you are unique no matter what. Just like you might think that I got something to offer to bring, you might have something that's bigger and better to offer. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa with someone else. And another thing that I noticed is that, you know, I think that it can be an issue, especially if you're new and you have a sponsor, and they might say something like, okay, well, now that you join my team and you're promoting this product, we're all promoting the same thing, and you got other people that's promoting this product or whatever. Now we're your competitors, we're your competition. So you got to get out there and you got to work. I feel like, in my opinion, this could be like a double sword, because for me, it's like, okay, if that's the case, then why am I doing this when there's so many other people out there competing and competing to get, sales, or get leads, or get, just build their business up and profit off of this product, when, there's no point in doing it. And I feel like you shouldn't tell people that, because I feel like it's going to deter their distraction. It's going to be a distraction. They're going to start watching other people. They're going to start feeling like they'll never be able to measure up to what they're doing. They're going to feel like they don't have it in them. And the best thing, or the best advice I would say to someone new, if you're struggling with this, if this is a mistake you keep making, is don't see nobody else as your competition. You are your own competition. Once you see yourself as your own competition, you're going to start to challenge yourself in ways that's going to help you grow. You're going to develop more skills. You're going to become very skilled. And not only that, you're going to have something really, really unique and great to offer. You already have that, but you're going to have more to offer if you just focus on you. You can't focus on nobody else, because that's going to just, it's going to be a setback for you. And you're not going to be able to focus on you. So do you, because nobody is going to be you better than you. You are your own competition. So just remember that. Another mistake I made in the beginning was that I wasn't consistent. Meaning, I was not sticking with showing up to my job, my online business, and working it. 2 weeks or 2 days worth of work, that's not enough. I mean, for me, doing a whole day's worth of work online marketing, I'm thinking that, oh man, I done put a whole lot of energy, a whole lot of work into this. So where's my results? And when I didn't see those results after doing it for 2 more weeks, I got discouraged, because again, I'm expecting something and I'm not getting it. And I really was expecting, to see sales and see money and stuff. And when I didn't see that, I was greatly disappointed. And you have to understand, if you're doing this, that this is not a regular 9 to 5 job. That was the mentality that I had. I still had that 9 to 5 and that 2 job mentality. And this is not it. You don't have a set rate. You're not getting paid hourly, bi-weekly, or 2 weekly. And you're not going to see the results in the beginning right away all the time. That's not going to be the case. You have to work and build towards that. It's just like if you're going through a maze or something and you got to maneuver and cut corners and keep going and keep going. Well, you don't know you're at the finish line until you see that you're finished. That's just like with online marketing. You won't know that you're profiting until you actually make a commission or a profit. So don't get caught up in stopping because you're not seeing any results. You want to stay consistent because you know that eventually it's going to happen. Whatever you want to happen, your business, you're going to profit. You know that you're going to make some money eventually. And so that's the type of mindset that you want to have. You want to get away from the 9 to 5 mentality. I know it's hard, especially if you're working more than one job. It's hard. You got to think like this is another job. But it is possible. If I can do it, surely you can too. The very last mistake that I kept making was that, I had too much on my plate. Meaning that I was biting off more than I could chew. I had my hand in everything. I wasn't focusing on one thing. I was focusing on more than one thing. Everything that came to mind with my online marketing. I wanted to have a platform on YouTube. I wanted to have a Facebook and go live. I wanted to have an IG. I wanted to have, a Snapchat. All these different stuff I wanted to do simultaneously. So when I tried to work on it all simultaneously, I wasn't getting any work done. Why? Because there wasn't any consistency. And see, that's the thing. That's the problem. I wasn't able to focus and give enough consistency to one of them to actually expand it. And you don't want to make this mistake because you're spreading yourself too thin. You're going to get frustrated because not only is it going to be moving slow, but you're never going to see any results. I mean, I don't want to say never, but I mean, it's impossible to build something when you're working on 5 different things at the same time and you haven't, grown one of them. And so for me, I'm like, it was just like having a turtle write your book report. I mean, it's just impossible to get finished, to get done in time. It takes forever. So if you're someone and you're doing this or you're making this mistake and you're thinking about trying all these other different things, just pick one thing, stick with one thing, pick one thing, do one thing, and focus on that. And once you build that, once you develop that, gradually incorporate something else. Gradually move on to another platform if you want to include that. And just build on top of that. And once you build that up, just rinse and repeat. So that's going to be a wrap, guys, for the mistakes that I made when I first started building a business online. And I hope it was informative to you. If it was informative to you guys, please show your appreciation by hitting the like and share button. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you want content from me. So with that being said, guys, I'll talk to you later.